love the intro. I love the intro. People wouldn't Nyakit, Janet. Good morning. Good morning. Coming live from 1950 South Shepherd here in El Ghetto, El Reno, Oklahoma. Um, I'm a Cat Fest survivor. Had a great time last night. Gave out over 300 Narcan at Cat Fest. Well, I can't say I did. I would have to say Cassandra and Chad did. Uh, we didn't have too much activity going on at the table because I left the light. I'm not gonna lie, I left the light, so it was just like dark at our table. People couldn't see. People were coming up asking questions, but towards the end, we just like took all the Narcan to the gate and just they were going crazy. People were probably feeling guilty if they didn't grab any. So we probably could have gave out way more, but we could only take so much. We can only pack so much in there, but it was a great event. I think that place could hold like 20,000 people, but I mean the parking would definitely be an issue. You'd have to be parking with the buffaloes, if we were to. But I mean, it was a good, got. I parked right by the gate, and I got out within like 20-30 minutes. So I mean, it wasn't horrible getting out of there. Things were actually moving. I seen people driving through the field, and hitting that culvert and getting on the highway. So it all worked out. Hopefully, everybody had a good time. Seen a little bit of everybody there. Even seen the governor walk by. So that was, yeah, it made me stand up real fast. But yeah, it was pretty neat. Felt like it. Everything went. I felt like everything went smooth. But yeah, Cat Fest 2024 is in the books. We got any other concerts coming up? Dustin Lynch. Joan Jett too at Cap or at the amphitheater. Wow, that was good. Yeah, I gotta go to Joan Jett. I've been seeing Joan Jett for Prez on when you drive by Weatherford. That's been there like my whole life. I promise. That has been there like my whole life. Joan Jett for Prez on I-40. But yeah, just I had to work yesterday. Kind of felt bad. Didn't get to go spend the day with my daughter, but she also understands. Though we talked to her, previously about having to work. So today we're gonna make her day, and it feels good. Feels good to be present, and to be able to do these types of things. I remember there was a time in my life where it came to my kid's birthday, and I might reach out. I might try to get them something, do what I can, but most of the time, how it goes when you're in your addiction. So I'm just happy I can do what I can do today. It's a good feeling, and so yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to jump off.
Tommy sees the Joan Jett for Prez all the
time. Oh, hey, Tommy. Send in prayers for your mom, Tommy. Send in prayers for your mom. Everybody thinks a lot of Skeeter around here, and just want to send prayers your way, brother. Good morning, J-Bo, Judy, Billy Joe. What's up, Billy Joe? But yeah, just wanted to say that. Everybody thinks a lot of Skeeter around here. So, just want to send healing prayers for your mother, and, hope things, hope she gets to feeling better real soon. So, um, I guess with that, good morning, Janice. With that, I am going. Oh, and in my, I got new bookmarkers because somebody took my sticker and put it on their cup, but that's all right. I got Sparrow. Sparrow. I got her card in my. It's my new bookmark. So anytime I open this book, I'm always gonna think of Sparrow, which is, Sparrow's a great woman, man. I really enjoyed meeting her. So I just had to point that out. Uh, Nyakit, Oi, brother Oi. Good morning, brother. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this reading. Um, Today is July 31st. Still in the summer meditation with Native American elders. And it says, look behind you, see your sons and your daughters. They are your future. Look farther and see your sons and your daughters, children, and their children's children, even unto the seventh generation. That's the way we were taught. Think about it. You yourself are a seventh generation. Leon Shenandoah, Onondaga. And then it says, the Creator designed us with the free will. That means we function from choices and consequences. It is important that we practice thinking about consequences before we make decisions about choices. Every choice I make is like setting up dominoes one after the other that produce consequences, not just for me, but also for my children that are unborn. My choices and my decisions today will have consequences for 7 generations. For example, if I work on my own spiritual development and I walk in the red road, the odds are that my children will. They will marry and their children will follow the red road, and so will my grandchildren, even up to the seventh generation. This will happen because of the choices and decisions that I make today. Then the prayer for the day is, Great Spirit, grant that the choices and decisions that I make today will honor your laws and values. May I live in peace today that will ripple into the seventh generation. That's man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Um, all a ton of things came across my mind while I was, reading that. Each little part, I guess I could break it down into a different time in my life. But I would have to say the one that sticks out the most is, I was a teenager when I started having kids. I was pretty young, I think I was 17 whenever I started having kids. And, I think about the way me and my kid's mother, we used to like fight. We would always fight. Good morning, brother Drew. C Dump. Uh, I think about the way that we used to fight. And, my kids were all little. My kids are stair steps. My first five, yeah, they're stair steps. One after another. They're all like a year apart or a year and a half. You know what I mean? Like they're all like 26, 25, 23, 22, 21. You know what I mean? Like stair steps. So we used, me and their mother would be, fighting around. And I remember this old lady, like me and this old lady used to talk that lived in these apartments. We would have like some good talks. She would, ask me about, why I do this, why I do that. Just she would just kind of talk to me like a grandmother would, and I remember one time she was like, like, why do y'all do that? Y'all fight, 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 and then y'all get back together, and then it's good. Then the weekend comes, and when do y'all take off? And then it's just like over and over and over and over. And she told me, she was like, she asked me, she said, would you allow a man to fight with your daughter? Would you allow a man to hit your daughter? And I was just like, what? Like, that's crazy. I would never allow anybody to put their hands on my daughter. Like that's crazy, like. And I remember she told me, she was like, when you and your wife fight and your daughter see this, she's going to think that that's how a man is supposed to treat a woman. And I remember, like, even back then, I was just like, it never even crossed my mind. That's just how blind to the fact that of what reality was going on around me. I'm just so stuck in my emotions that I don't know how to process a lot of things. Everything, I'm just acting off emotion. And, which wasn't good because I didn't even have the emotional uh, maturity to handle a lot of life's problems. Good morning, Paula. Congratulations, CC. But I didn't have the emotional maturity to process anything that was going on like that. I was suffering spiritually, mentally, and I can't say physically, but I mean in a way, because I was putting drugs and alcohol in my body, and probably doing it right in front of my kids. So that made me think about the way that I approached, you know, uh, the way that I approached, my family after that. I just thought it was best to just leave, I didn't, Nyakit Rossi. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have the emotional maturity to handle a lot of things. I didn't want to walk away from my family. But at the same time, I also seen how me being present created this havoc, like it was probably best that I just left, and I didn't know how to handle that. I felt even worse, but I remember thinking about that, in my early 20s, like, man, I can't have my daughters growing up thinking that that's how a man's supposed to treat a woman, and I took that step, to move on with my life, but also being a father. I was a single father for a while, and I started building on that. But I mean, that's just one of the things that just came to mind was, in Wellbriety, it talks about that healing forest. In Wellbriety, it talks about, are we cultivating a healing forest so we can get these good solid foundation and get our roots and cultivate this healing forest so that we can, think about our seventh generation. I feel like, of course, my daughters, my sons, they're a little ghetto, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, they also see what their dad is doing, and they also see what my passion is. Like, they know, like, my sobriety comes first. Whatever that's got to look like, they support me all the way. And I feel like, they can finally see the good in me. They can finally be proud of their dad, and I don't think that's anything that they were able to do for, man, 40 plus years. I'm 44 today, and and do I feel like it's too late? No, I don't. I don't feel like it's never too late. You know, but I think about all the interconnectedness of everything. Me learning from my mistakes to use that today to help somebody else. That's the amazing thing about sobriety. That's the like wow factor for me, is like every bad decision I've ever made, every wrong choice I've ever made can be used today to save somebody's life. So just thinking about what I do today can affect 7 generations from now. I mean, I'm a seventh generation. You know, uh, I come from that. My grandma, she was in boarding schools. You know, um, and I felt the effects of what she had to go through. But my grandma, she was my grandma Mary. She was a good woman. But I also feel that from my mother, what she had to go through with her mother, and my mom was pretty wild, for years and years, but that's okay, she didn't have the resources that we have today, and she suffers from the same sickness that I do, so I understand that today, there's no more, oh, you could have done this, you could have done that. It's none of that today. I also understand that, she did her best with what she had available to her. And, thank you, Paula. JG, good morning, JG. Uh, all right, Fresno, California. Thank you for tuning in, JG. I appreciate that. But yeah, this thinking about 7 generations from now is like, what, how can I start that? How can I affect 7 generations from now? To me, it's simple. You drop to your knees and you ask the creator to put his will into your life. you know uh Whoever your higher power is, hit your knees and ask them to put their will into your life. And it doesn't matter, AA, NA, whatever it is, celebrate recovery. I mean, just whatever, there's all kinds of, my way ain't the only way. So I also understand that all the principles are the same. You know, uh, Most of it deals with the higher power. And if you're willing, you're open minded and you're willing, you're teachable, and you're ready to learn a new way. I would say hit your knees, ask your higher power to put his will into your life today. Uh, Good morning, Paula Poundstone. But yeah, that part of my recovery is like was like the changing factor in my life. So just being able to get on here and talk about these things, and you know, um, and hope that like today, I have two granddaughters. I got Alani and I got Nova. Nova's probably about 2 weeks old. But Alani, she's about 1.5. And these are the only two people in my family that have never seen me loaded. The only two. But that's okay. I'm all right with that. They get the best version of me And that's, to me, that's where that healing forest begins. That I started cultivating that healing forest so that my grandchildren won't have to go through anything that my children had to go through. And for that, I'm blessed. I'm completely blessed. Even if I may be the only one, the only grandparent that is able to provide that kind of safety. And I'll just keep praying, that, you know, their grandma, maybe she will. Maybe one of these days she will. I pray every day. I pray every day for her and her companion. Because that's what this thing is about today. It ain't about me no more. I got to give this away to keep it. So, just happy to. These are just some of the, like, a million things are running through my head right now about what what this reading means to me. Like, I could go on and on for days about how I used to tear it and where that led me to. So if anybody's got any comments, anybody got any good words to say, we would like to hear it, and we appreciate everybody that tunes in. I appreciate that. C-Dump. Well, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into these announcements. We got Talkspace. CC, you need to check out Talkspace. Paula, you need to check out Talkspace. It is an online counseling service. I mean, I know what the stigma is around thinking that you have to see somebody or talk to somebody about the issues you have in your life. You're like, oh, I'm crazy, or you know what I mean? Like we're trying to beat that stigma about mental health. I mean, that's mental health is very, very important. That's where that cultivating that that healing forest starts with your mental health. You got to take care of you before you can take care of anybody else. So that's, self-care is the most important care. And with Talkspace, I believe it covers a variety of different issues that people aren't willing to talk with about somebody else. Maybe a licensed, counselor. I mean, it doesn't take much, and it's free. You're dealing with grief, trauma, depression, dependency, codependency, relationships. I mean, there's a, a whole bunch of topics. Everybody who's gotten on there has given us positive feedback. So, I mean, take advantage of it. You can message them from your phone. But www.talkspace.com, CHATOR, or we got a QR code you can scan, and our passphrase is restore, so you get it for free. So complete a questionnaire and match with your counselor in minutes. And this is the last day for 49 Safe Box, Domingo. Get your Narcan, fentanyl test kits, HIV kits, HIV test kits, condoms, Plan B, educational material, cedar for before, and breath mints for before. You don't go in there with stanky breath and bad vibes. Yeah. Whoa. I don't know where these guys are getting all this. Well, it's their snag, so But this form is completely anonymous, and we will ship the package to you for free. So take advantage. I think we're coming out with a new box tomorrow. I think it'll just be a overdose prevention pack. Got to get these products, more of these products, out into the community. If you don't have Narcan, we will get it to you. And most people keep one in their car, in their purse, we always keep Narcan on us, but we're trying to, because you never know, you see somebody fall, you're gonna want to help them up. To me, it's like the same concept. You see somebody down, I mean, you want to know how you can help. I mean, it's just the right thing to do, right? All right. Then text TOR to 888-580-4TOR. Shout out to Brand Logics. That is our free messaging service. So thank you, Brand Logics. That really helps out a lot. I mean, then we got Family Wellness Week. We're done with Watanga. So,
That's Pathways.
oh, they're good. Pathways knows where they're going. Those guys are on top of their business, so we're the ones lacking. We had to steal their flyer. Clinton today. They're at Clinton from 11 a.m. to 6 at the Clinton IHS. If you need vaccinations, immunizations, update or set up an IHS chart, wellness checks and screenings, sports physicals, adult and child health services. And there's going to be plenty of tribal programs there, mental health screenings. I guess they're going to be giving away food boxes. Was there food boxes yesterday?
There's snacks.
Oh.
Snacks from food.
Oh, snacks from food distribution. They need to change because I was going for a food box. Well, Sooner Care enrollment, glucose checks, blood pressure checks, parent and child resources. We got community and state. Department of Health is going to be there. Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Red Rock, Redlands Community College information. And, there's going to be it's just going to be a good resource. On-site physicals for students. So today they're going to be at Clinton. Tomorrow they're going to be at Redlands, and then Friday they're going to be at Concho, right? So they're trying to just trying to make these resources available because they know school's coming up and these things are going to be needed. So there's take advantage of these resources. I mean, I know I grew up in a small town, Thomas, Oklahoma, and we never had a car. Never. So it was like, no telling what it would have done for, might have got extra snacks at the store. We never had a car. So overdose awareness event, August 24th, at the Watanga Casino. Oh, can they? Oh, my bad. At the Watanga Casino, in the, what is it called? The convention center and back of the casino in Watanga, August 24th from 10 to 2. From 10 to 2, we will provide a lunch. And then after that, then we're going to have an overdose memorial benefit dance at the Watanga ERC just across the railroad tracks. So, come and spend the day with us. I mean, we're, definitely a tour event. Definitely a tour event. And we got to feed too at the, wow, I just now thought, I don't know why that just now crossed my mind. Like, okay.
Free meals on here? Yeah.
Free meals.
Just gotta get breakfast.
Okay, and then we still are looking for our All Nations Res Recovery Gourd Clan Princess. We're kind of newcomers to the. We're kind of new to the. We're new arrivals out on the show, but we're trying to get this Gourd Clan thing going for sure. Because we see how the culture is the solution. So any way we can impact that, put that on our youth, help them understand, like, you can stay sober. There is a good life. and there is a healthy way to deal with life's problems. You know, because I never knew that. You know, I never knew that until I got sober, you know. So it always starts with our youth. That goes back to the reading, you know, that 7 generations thing. You know, I can't emphasize that enough about, you know, how it would mean a lot to us to be able to get this princess thing going. And, you know, just see what, you know, we got her banner. We got her crown, you know. I think it's going to be, you know, it's the culture is the solution. So that might be our little, you know, we're just trying to get more awareness out there. And what is it about our youth? We're looking for youth in recovery to be on a podcast. Good morning, Ruth. Aho, oi, Dorothy. Thank you, JG. But yes, we are looking for youth in recovery. You know, and I know they're out there. You know, it's probably, you know, another stigma thing. You know, just something we're trying to normalize talking about these things. And the only way that we can do that is, you know, is through the community. You know, get more people involved and try to, you know, just bring more awareness. But that would be great, you know, to talk to, because, you know, whenever I was a kid, I never thought about sobering up, you know, like it wasn't, because nobody got sober. You seen people suffer their whole life. You know, I'm talking their whole life. Like I watch people, my own family. I watched my own family suffer until the day they died. You know, so that's what we're trying to promote. You know, is that healing force. You know, for our community, and any way we can do that, we got to start with the youth. You know, because I think it's also in the works to get some elders that are in recovery. I mean, because, you know, we're trying to get everybody involved, and the only way to do that is, you know, get on here and say, hey, I want you now. Yes. Yes. Whatever that looks like, whatever we got to do, you know, we're just trying to bring more awareness, and that's why we're here. So with that, I believe we're done. Thank you for tuning in. I hope.